You have ambitious goals, but when you look at the sheer scale of the work required to reach them, you freeze. That hesitation turns into procrastination, which inevitably leads to the sharp internal sting of guilt. This feeling isn't a personality flaw. You aren't lazy. You are simply experiencing a state of physical inertia. Over the next 5 minutes, we are going to use the laws of physics to rewire your approach to difficult work and overcome that initial resistance. Before we start, gather 3 tools: a phone timer, a notepad, and one specific task you have been actively avoiding today. Translating a vague sense of laziness into a single, concrete action is the first requirement for shifting from a state of rest into a state of motion. Hold that one stalled task clearly in your mind. Newton's first law states, an object at rest strongly prefers to remain at rest. It takes massive energy to overcome that initial stationary friction. However, once that same object is in motion, it naturally stays in motion. Once rolling, the effort required to keep moving drops significantly. This physical law applies directly to your brain. The most difficult part of any project is never the middle or the end. It is the energy required to generate the very first push. Procrastination is a struggle with static friction. To solve it, you simply need to move from a state of rest to a state of motion as efficiently as possible. Take your notepad and write down that intimidating, multi-step task you've been avoiding. Your brain's threat detection system views writing a 5,000-word essay as an impossible mountain, triggering an immediate flight response that feels like boredom or distraction. Take your pen and cross that big task out. In its place, write a micro-action that feels almost too small to matter. Instead of cleaning the house, your task is now just to pick up 5 items. If you feel even a second of hesitation toward this new goal, shrink it further. If you can't face the gym, your only task is to put on your left shoe. Here is the rule. You commit to this micro-action for exactly 120 seconds. Once the timer ends, you have full permission to stop immediately. Pause the video right now. Set your timer for 2 minutes and execute your micro-task. Go. By shrinking the target to 2 minutes, you bypass the brain's fear of the mountain, making the act of starting a logical certainty. Welcome back. If you're like most people, when the timer hit 0, you actually didn't want to stop what you were doing. That's because the friction of the initial push is gone. Your behavioral boulder is rolling, and it's easier to keep going than to stop. Motivation and energy do not show up before you start. They are biological byproducts of the action itself. To make this stick, commit to scheduling this specific 2-minute micro-task once a day for the next 30 days. These 2-minute blocks may seem small, but they accumulate rapidly. Consistent small starts are how massive projects are actually finished. Eventually, these smart starts lock together, turning a difficult effort into a permanent daily habit. This concept of moving forward without seeing the end of the road is a cornerstone of historical philosophy. As Martin Luther King Jr. famously described it, you don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. Behavioral momentum takes that first step and transforms it into a self-sustaining cycle of productivity. You have just broken your own inertia in real time. The task that was causing you stress 10 minutes ago is now in progress. You now have a logical framework you can use anytime you feel the weight of procrastination starting to pull you back toward a state of rest. Place your notepad in a visible spot. This serves as a physical reminder to execute your 2-minute drill tomorrow morning. Don't stop here. Identify the second largest hurdle on your list and apply this protocol to it as soon as this video ends. Scaled-down action is a proven method to bypass overthinking. By taking the smallest first step, you generate the momentum needed to complete the entire task.